Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Go Talk podcast. So, today we got a new topic. Today's topic is biggest pet peeves. Now, this is a good one because everybody got different ones. Everybody got something to say. Something always irks somebody's nerves. And I'm going to start us off. My main one, and I can never let this one go. My main one is stupid questions. Now, it really depends on the person. Some people ask stupid questions like, and they make it sound good. But basically, when I say stupid questions, I mean like a question that really, with common sense, you would know the answer to. Like it's obvious, but you still choose to say it because you want like a I don't know, some sense of reassurance for what you already are supposed to know. And that just irks your nerve every time because like you could have just thought that to yourself and kept it to yourself and just answered it yourself and then continue your day in silence, but you decided to ask it out loud. Anyways, that's what I have as my first one. My brother Xander, what do you have?
I feel that. I feel what you were saying. All right, bro. So let me tell you something. One of my biggest pet peeves is like fake people in general. So can you explain to me how we talking, boom, boom, you're like, oh yeah, you're right. And then let's say I share an opinion in a group setting and you want to play me out. Like you want to be like, dang, like, yo, that's an LT. I hate people that are one way when you're alone and then another way like when you're around other people. Like you're really about to get me mad. I'm about to stop talking to you entirely. Like I know y'all can relate.
Yeah. For real. I feel that.
It's like we were just laughing about this,
like,
but not
20 seconds ago.
It was just funny before.
Nah, they want to leave you in private, but not in public.
Exactly. Shaking my head.
For real. I feel like it's worse like when you're on the phone. Like, let's say you know somebody and they on the phone, like they playing you out to somebody over the phone. Like,
ooh, like all of a sudden, like, okay, I think I get what you're saying. Like, let's say you talking to the one person, right? Y'all cool and y'all laughing about something, and then once another person comes in, they take that opportunity because now you the joke. Now whatever you talk about is not funny no more. Now you the new topic that we gonna start flaming.
I wish you would make me the main joke of your conversation. I'll never talk to you again, respectfully. I hate people that do that to me.
I wish I was that.
I cut them off.
Crazy.
All right, I'm sorry. I had to let you.
You have to get it out.
Laila, what do you think?
I guess one of mine is like people who are obsessed over music, like in a sense of like having a specific artist that they obsess over, and if you say I like a song and they ask you to like name every single song that an artist has made, like you can like a song without having to obsess over the artist, where they live, what their pet's name is, what their child's name is.
Okay.
Like,
I feel that.
Like let people enjoy things. Like you don't have to have like hyperfixation on things to be like, oh, this is nice, I like this.
Yeah, don't tell me I'm not a fan because I don't know their mom's, grandma's, father's name. Like,
right.
Crazy.
Right. You almost lost me. You almost lost me until you explained the last part.
Yeah.
Or like, I like this band. Name every single song they made the first day of their release and when their first concert was. Like, I don't know.
You don't know about that. You don't know about that song. I mean, I do. I just learned about them. Right. I just know this one song.
I guess it also applies to shows too.
What happened?
I guess it applies to like shows and stuff like that too. Just being obsessed over like details instead of letting people enjoy things.
For real. My sister really tried to play me like I didn't know like Michael Jackson songs. And I was like, she's like, oh, you don't know anything about that? I'm like, yes, I do. She was like, and then she was like, name then she told me to name like 5 songs or something like that when it was written, something like all right. And then I couldn't name like when it was written, blah blah blah. She
Nah,
was
like,
but
yeah.
I can't say you're a fan. I'm like, just
But
because
like,
I guess
like, don't quiz me on the person.
right, exactly. Don't quiz me on the person. Exactly.
Like, I like the song.
Right.
I guess the way I should have worded it is gatekeeping, because that's literally what it is. Like, you can't like this unless you have this requirement and this requirement. Like, just let people enjoy.
I feel that.
Oh, that's true.
Like,
That's true. I like that. That's reasonable. Jordan, what you got? What you got festering up?
Alright, so I feel like my number one pet peeve that comes to mind is letting people like talk bad about your friends. So for example, like, so I have so many situations where people have come to me and be like, "Oh yeah, so and so told me that they didn't like you, or so and so told me this and that, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "But what did you say though? Like, what did you say back?" And people like, I hear a lot of the times people saying, "Why do they feel comfortable telling you?" And I don't feel a way if someone feels comfortable telling my friends about me, because some people just like to gossip no matter who they're talking to, and some people just, you know, are just super friendly like that. Like, but if you don't say, "No, Jordan's pretty cool," or "No, so and so, whatever, blah blah," she's not like that. Either let them talk, and you don't like.
It's like why are you entertaining it? Why are you trying to be like a messenger?
Right, exactly. I'm like, you don't have to give a whole speech on my behalf, not what I'm saying. But defend my name a little bit or walk away, change the subject. Don't come back to me with a whole story, whole backstory, plot, different people, setting, scenario, all that. And you didn't tell me one thing you said back.
That adds to the problem too, because not one are they not defending you, and two, that's not even like directly what the people saying, so they could like miss out some stuff and kind of like misconstrue whatever, and then it's like they're talking through the one person, and now you don't like the other person that's talking about you even more because you gotta talk through the one friend. It's ridiculous.
No, exactly. And then I'm not gonna like you. I'm gonna be like, if you're just letting this person talk bad about me, because now I'm gonna think that you said something too, but you're just not telling me. Because why would you, like, if I'm truly your genuine friend, or even if we just met or whatever, and you change the subject, fine, or whatever, or you don't even say anything, you don't have to say anything. You don't even have to really, like, you can just like keep quiet. People can tell when you're uncomfortable with a conversation, but you're clearly engaging the conversation for them to keep going with the story and just not backing it up, nothing.
You couldn't give a side.
Right.
And here's the crazy part. You shouldn't cut someone off, because like, it's crazy. It's crazier when it happens when you're in a group setting, when you're there and they talking trash about you. It's like, I would defend you with my life. Like, I would say anything, even if you were in the wrong. Like, unless it's like something horrendous, I would defend you. And you can't do half of that for me. You can't. You can't.
Listening is low key like agreeing. You like,
right?
Exactly.
What else?
Or no, it's even worse when they laugh it off.
Like you're like solicit in it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I've had people laugh it off, like, no, don't say that. Like, what? Just tell them don't say it in general. Yeah. Like, don't be.
I think it definitely, not all the time. Sometimes really that genuine person just doesn't like you either. But sometimes it could be easy to get caught up in that if you are wanting to fit in the crowd or be, you know, not seen as different, which is understandable because that's kind of how I feel like, you know, people can have those feelings all the time. But there's a fine line. Like, when it comes to it, when someone says no, Jordan, she's kind of annoying with this, but she's kind of cool here, whatever, blah blah. Fine, cool, I don't care. Yeah, I'm annoying, whatever, blah blah. But if you're really talking trash, like you're really going in about my character, and me and you are cool, and you're just letting them say that.
Tolerating it, yeah, no.
Tolerating it, yeah. Listening and not saying, listening to the whole story, even if you just switch a topic and say something different. Cool, tell me switch a topic. Tell me you don't know the whole thing because you just went another way. Cool. But listening to the whole story?
That's not it, yeah.
In that instance, there is no neutrality. It's either you agreeing with the person or you disagree and speak up and say something.
I think
Period.
occasionally there is nuance to it, because in some ways, like, I don't think that I guess that if you don't say anything, if you're obviously uncomfortable, then it's not on you. Because I don't want to, like, sometimes you don't want to always be like, no, don't say that, because you don't want to seem like you're policing things. But at the same time, there should be, if someone's constantly talking about someone, constantly bringing them up, I'm sorry, like, cut them off.
Yeah.
Like, why would
Not
you be
cool.
friends with
That's
a
not
person?
cool.
Why would you be friends with a person who hates your other friend for no reason?
That's what I'm saying. You don't even have to be policing. Like, it can be the simplest thing. Like, it can just be. It can, like I said, something simple as a conversation switch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But or even I think she's cool, or I think he's cool, or really I didn't notice that. Or even for me, because I've had people tell me stuff about people too, and I'll be like, and I would say, I don't know them that well, but they weren't like that around. You know
Just be like, listen, you gotta talk to them. This don't got nothing to do with me. That's kind of foul, but listen,
Right.
you got a problem.
But they don't have the intention to make things right. They just want to say what they want to say, get off their chest.
Listen, I'm not.
So that's when I'd be like, me personally, I'd be like, well, they weren't like that around me, so I think they're cool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you're seeing, but you know what I'm saying?
That's what I say when people bring. Sorry. When people bring like what other people did in a negative light to me, what I usually say is like, I don't base my own experience with a person off of what happened to somebody else. Like, especially if it's not like a personal thing to me. Like, why? Like, if you're saying like, oh, she said something about me that hurt my feelings, like, talk it out with them. Like, why are you bringing?
That's good. That's good as a pet peeve, because that just starts too much problems, and it's just there's no reason to do none of that.
Again, that's what I said.
And I don't think it's necessarily that you have to return the same thing that they did to you, because I don't think that's always like the best action. But like, I don't know, it just gives me, like, I hate to say this, but it gives me the ick. Like, I know it's just fan behavior.
Yeah.
Like, why are you talking about me when I'm not around you? Like,
no, it is fan behavior. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If talking about me makes you feel better about yourself, then you're welcome.
right?
Yeah, respectfully, you're down bad.
You're
You have no
welcome.
respect. You have no self-respect.
Right.
If like you gotta trash someone else to make yourself feel better. You're an L person.
In general, right?
Especially if it's like a constant thing, because I feel like everyone can get caught in saying, oh, I'm not a fan of this person, I'm not a fan of this person, blah blah. That happens. But when you're constantly like trashing like everyone around you, this, that, I don't like them, because like, especially small stuff, it's just like you just look at yourself.
Yeah, like I've had like situations where like I don't understand why like the main point of conversation for everything to be like, let's talk about this person, let's talk about this person. Like, just move on with your life. They're not worried about you, so don't worry about them. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. It's acknowledging that you would just have your own insecurities, because even me, you know what I'm saying, I'd be like, you know, I know I have my own insecurities, so I know it's why I do this and do that and not work on it. But if that's like one of your main characteristics, like as a person, and that's something that people remember you for, talking bad about somebody else, that's a personal, that's a PP right there. But anyway, someone else go, because I was like really long.
Yeah, what you think? What you thinking, Faryn?
Okay, I was gonna say people who are unnecessarily late to stuff, or they don't care that they're late, but not just like, you know, like 10, 15 minutes, you know, 30 minutes late, but like a consistent pull up 1 to 2 hours late to something, and then just completely don't care, like, oh hey, like, what's up, I'm here now. It's like, okay, but where were you when I told you 3 weeks ago to be here at this time? Like, you had to
let me be quiet.
Something that came up. It just happened. Like, you know.
Now, I'll say this. Not everyone in here can talk right now.
Not everyone.
Let me just say,
I'm gonna leave it there.
I'm one of those people. Wait, let me just say, I'm one of those people who's always late, but I'm not the kind of person who's like, I don't care that I'm late. It's just,
yeah.
about the attitude
No,
you
I'm
have.
not-
Like,
I'm
if it's
not-
really just like hard for you, then I understand that like time management is not easy. But if it's like you just don't care at all, and it's like say you have
That's just
plans
rude.
set and like a reservation at a certain time, and then they just still decide to show up 2 hours later. It's like, but we needed you here 2 hours
Nah,
ago.
that's
So don't
ridiculous.
show up
That's
now
ridiculous.
and then look at me like what?
Right. No,
ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm the person, like, if you say you're on, I'm the person they making memes out. Like, if you say you're downstairs, I'm the person to be like, oh, I'm getting my shoes, when really I'm doing my hair. That's me. I'm not even gonna cap. But I'm gonna be down in like a good 5 minutes though. I promise that. Or you know what you
Yeah,
do?
5 minutes ain't bad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, but nah, being late and not caring at all, like not even a sorry or a come and be like, oh hey, like nah.
If I'm gonna be late, like I try my best to like let someone know ahead of time, because like
You could just say you coming late, like. Don't hurt
You
no
could be like,
feelings.
oh shoot, like I'm running late. Like I'll be
At
there.
least say I'm coming late, like.
right.
Yeah.
I'll text them
If
or
you
call
just
them and be
don't say
like, hey,
nothing.
I'm running a bit late. Is it still like possible for us to do this, that, and the third? Because it's like, I understand like when you're in a group setting, like especially if you like you're not the one who made the plans, you're technically working on that other person's time. And so I think the problem, I think it's a circumstance by circumstance thing, because I'm in a house with 3 other people. So even if one person is ready, like you have to wait for either another person or 2 other people to get ready to even leave out the house. And a lot of that, having more than one person have to get ready for something leads to a lot of unnecessary, well, not unnecessary, it's avoidable in some cases, but it happens to be a lot of lateness, which is still 100% the person who's late, that's their fault. But at the same time, like I feel like you said, it's the attitude that matters, because it's one thing to be, you know, running late, being apologetic, and then like trying to like make up for it, and and then versus like, you know, not caring when you show up, like not even apologizing.
Putting a whole reservation.
Right. Like especially it's just with a reservation, like things like that, you have to be on time for it. Like, and I understand
3
that.
hours late, 3 hours, 4 hours late. Why you even come? Like, you only
Yeah.
here for another hour and a
At that
half.
point, it's unnecessary.
And I feel like it's even worse if it's like something that the main person paid for. Like it's not just like, oh, if you eat at the mall, like I'm gonna book this place for such and such amount of people,
Right.
and you're gonna come late to that. Like you're not catching another invite.
Bro, why'd you come, bro?
Yeah. So. No.
No. Oh, I got one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was stuck between indecisiveness or impulsiveness, and I think
Y'all are just
impulsiveness is more of a thing more of a pet peeve to me. And I don't mean like little things. Little things, that's fine. Like you can't figure out where you want to eat in your local town, that's fine. I'm talking about, hey, let's make a trip a week from now, a big trip, and have no plan, no itinerary.
That's spontaneous though.
Like
Yeah.
low-key, those be W's sometimes.
Yeah, and then, but you gotta like, bro,
You gotta at least be smart. You
Yeah.
you can't be an idiot and want to do stuff last minute and you don't even know how to walk.
Yeah, and it's like they want to make this big trip. Like, bro, rent is $1,500 a month, and their car insurance is $300 or more, depending on what
And they
you
got
got.
negatives in their account, but they want to do a trip.
That
Right.
too, but mainly just you want to
Y'all
go.
just
Okay,
attacked me tonight.
like you want to go to Dubai, no idea what to do. We don't even have a reservation for a hotel yet, but you
This sounds
Wait, did this happen?
This sounds way too specific.
Hey, this sounds like a personal.
Bro's talking about going to
Personal
Dubai
experience.
next week.
It's a-
What's
Bro
going
started
on?
getting so tight.
This is a peak
Oh.
personal experience.
No, it's similar, but no, it wasn't Dubai. It was another place. But I was like, no, I'm not doing that because I don't have no money saved up for a trip, period. If I'm doing a trip, I need to actually plan for this at least 2 months in advance. I'm a planner when it comes to stuff like that. You can't just tell me a week before we're supposed to go on a trip. I didn't plan it, but they're just like, let's do this trip. No, I'm not
Ridiculous.
going
I'm not
do
going.
this.
Oh,
I'm
Like, I
not
feel like there are
going.
some people you can do that with. Like, I mean, like, I
Yeah.
think there are some people you can do that with. Maybe not a week, but like, you know, a couple weeks or whatever. But like, you know, let's go here, and the two people will actually be active. Let's do this and figure it out just in a short time. But there'll dead be people who be like, oh, let's just go here, and then be like, all right, how you getting there? How are we getting there? What's it look like? They'd be like, oh, I don't know, but let's just figure it out. Like,
See,
you
that's
gotta
the
offer up
stupid.
something
That's
to
just
the
dumb.
table besides just the idea.
Yeah, if it's like you can't decide what, like I said, if you can't decide what you want to eat in your local town, it's just you, yourself, or you and another person, that's fine. But if it's like a group setting, and it's like, I'll give another example.
I probably
Hey,
goes a little
this
deeper
group
than
of
that.
20 plus people, the host, hey, we're gonna eat at this place, and then at least 2 or 3 hours before you're supposed to go to that place, hey, change your plans, we're going to this place actually.
No, I hate that. Gives me
And
no.
then everyone goes to that place and be like, we don't have no reservation.
He's so
Um,
tight. What
The
happened?
wait time is too long, so let's just go to this other place.
Yeah.
We went to 3 places.
Oh, we went to 3 places.
We went to 3 different places in the span
Who
of
hurt you, RJ?
3 hours.
Yo, I'm
And
And
sorry,
we don't even
bro.
have no
And
seats. We gotta sit
it's
separate.
a group of 20 plus people. No restaurant is prepared for 20 plus people and
Just pull up.
and expect to be seated immediately. That's like an hour wait period.
I would never do that with 20 plus people, not even like a huge group of people. But I think, okay. And this is where like having like things that you deal with is kind of a clash for other people, because I have ADHD, and indecision is a very, very, very key symptom of ADHD.
I was gonna say something like that. I was gonna say like it has to be like something else that would make them want to do something that quickly
Right.
without like thinking about like how much you have to plan for it. It has to be
Right.
something else.
Yeah, and guess
Impulsiveness
what?
and
We-
indecisiveness are both symptoms
Yeah.
of ADHD.
Yeah.
And while I have worked on like, you know, personally worked on like working toward not being so indecisive or impulsive, a lot of times it's uncontrollable. But then again, you can't use that as an excuse. So I understand if you have like 20 people and you're being indecisive, that's unreasonable both to yourself and the other people involved, because you're like, everyone has their own time schedule, right? And so while I personally would not be like pressed over someone like being indecisive like that, I can understand where it comes from. And I think part of that reason is because I deal with, you know, indecisiveness. But at the same time, I don't think mental illness is ever an excuse. You're still just as, unless you have no like concept of what's right and wrong, you're still just as, you know, you get the same consequences as other people. So I don't know. I guess on one hand, I can look at it from a circumstance. If there's a huge group of people, of course you shouldn't be. There should be plans, especially if you know that you have issues with that. Like you need to plan ahead of time. But at the same time, no, I can't. I just can't see it with 20 plus people. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
Doing too
But like,
much. That's doing too much. It's like
Right.
it's like listen, you can go you can
Right.
go do that trip by yourself and get lost in Dubai
Right.
with no money and negatives in your account. You could do that, but don't bring no 20 other people with you and
Right.
expect them to be like, oh yeah, we gonna be lost with you and not think about what's going on. Cause that's
Right.
like that's mad inconsiderate, number one, and it's just stupid.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm saying, like, but maybe with like smaller things, like making choices can be difficult, which is why I'm like, I often ask other people like, what do you want to do, or what do you like the best? Because number one, I try to be considerate, but also like I just don't know what to choose sometimes. 'cause
That's
it's-
me on a regular basis, and I feel you. I'm trying to get out of that though. If it comes to like a personal thing, like an outfit or like the bag or this, I'm like, all right, Jordan, which
Right.
one do you like? Okay, which one do you like? You know what I'm saying? I gotta say that to
Right.
myself.
Right, you
all the
gotta
time.
say it twice.
Even then, I may still ask somebody, but I'm working on it though. So,
You gonna ask somebody and then that's gonna solidify choosing the opposite of what they just said.
exactly.
No, have you
yes,
seen the
like,
thing
I
where
know
it's like, have you seen the thing where it's like when you ask somebody their opinion on two things and they choose the thing that you kind of didn't want them to choose? That is the funniest thing ever, because I've gone through it. But like, I don't know. I'm just indecisive by nature, and it's really hard to like get out of that. Especially like I think it's
Wait.
also upbringing.
Wait, before we wrap it up real quick, I have one more small one I wanted to say. Is when y'all in the shower, does it ever bother you if your arm like touches the wall or something? Because
Yes. Oh my goodness.
that makes me want to die. Like,
Not my own though. Not my own. Only if I'm like
in someone
sleeping over at a
else's
friend's house.
Yes,
I'm like, ooh,
no.
they arm was
Like even
there.
I've had to shower at like my grandparents' house before, and even like there, I'm like I hate showering at any, like I don't hate it. Like when I was at your house, it was nice, but like in general, when I'm like no, but like in general, it's just like I have to get used to someone else's house. Huh?
I said I cleaned up for a nice. I put the tube.
It was nice.
I mean, you know that that's the thing. You know when you go to someone else's house, you gonna sleep over. It's gonna be clean because they're gonna prepare it for you. But it's still weird. It's like
not all the time.
They arm hit there.
Right. No, or something else, man.
It's something else, man. Hit there, and I'm like, okay.
No, it's when you stop being a guest. You go. It's when you're over there too many times. You're not a guest anymore. They don't clean that. They leave a few stains on the wall. They don't really care that much. That's when I can't.
It's getting a little too personal.
Part of me, like, I don't know. I think it's like, of course, like with stuff like that, like even when people are at my house and like, oh, can I use the bathroom? I'm like, give me a second, and I go straight to the bathroom and make sure everything is clean because I don't want nobody to be like, this bathroom was disgusting. But
yeah,
like, I don't know. It's a matter of like, I don't know, that kind of stuff. Like I think this is more about neurodivergence for me, but like seeing certain things like makes me disgusted. Like seeing dust, and I like when I'm cleaning, I take off my glasses because if I see dust in full form, I will vomit, and I can't.
That's crazy.
I can't explain.
Nah. But those are all some good pet peeves. Obviously, there's more. Obviously, there's a lot more stuff that
we can do a
pisses
part
off.
2, honestly.
Yeah.
There honestly can be more because there's too much stuff that get us mad, personally. But that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Hope everybody at home enjoyed. Y'all could drop some pet peeves y'all have in the comments, and we'll see y'all in the next one, man.